Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Madras Arsenal. It is Sunday, so we're going to do a sort of like a biblical study, so to speak, and it's going to come straight from the Catechism. Now, keep in mind, I am not a catechesis teacher. Not certified. These are just personal notes that I have taken straight from the Catechism, mixed with some internal thoughts. But yeah, pretty much all this comes out of the Catechism. And what we're dealing with is fatherhood, career, and neglecting the family. So we're going to go to paragraph 2214, which defines fatherhood. And it states, the divine fatherhood is the source of the human fatherhood. This is the foundation of the honor owed to the parents. The respect of the children, whether minors or adults, for their father and mother is nourished by the natural affection born of the bond uniting them. This is required by God's commandment. So basically this is saying man and woman come together, have children. The natural affection is to be nourished by the father and mother. Jump down to paragraph 2368. Once again, these are coming straight out of the Catechism, second edition. A particular aspect of this responsibility concerns the regulation of procreation. For just reasons, spouses may wish to space their births of their children, which is normal. I mean, you're going to want to space out your kids, right? You don't want to have, I mean, some people do, every 9 or 10 months. But you should also base that based, you should take into consideration your financial situation and are you able to reasonably take care of as many children as you can have. It is their duty to make certain that their desires is not by selfishness, but is in conformity with generosity appropriate to responsible parenthood. Sort of backs up what I just, had said. Are you responsible enough to take care of the number of children that you desire to have? Is that desire for selfish reasons or for generosity? Moreover, they should conform the behavior to the objective criteria of morality. When it is a question of harmonizing married love with the responsible transmission of life, the morality of the behavior does not depend on sincere intention and evaluation of motives alone, but it must be determined by objective criteria drawn from the nature of the person and his acts, criteria that respect the total meaning of mutual self-giving and human procreation in the context of true love. This is possible only if the virtue of married chastity is practiced with sincerity of heart. So we kind of have a background of fatherhood, motherhood. Now we're going to go into the role of the parents. A child is not something owed to one, but is a gift. And I think that's a very profound statement. It is not something that is owed to everybody. Like it says, it is a gift. A child is a gift. The supreme gift of marriage is a human person, a child. A child may be considered a piece of property, an idea to which an alleged right to a child would lead. In this area, only the child possesses genuine rights. The right to be the fruit of the specific act of the conjugal love of his parents, and the right to be respected as a person from the moment of his conception. So down in paragraph, excuse me, still sick. In paragraph 1652, by its very nature, the institution of marriage and married love is ordered to the procreation and education of the offspring, and it is in them that it finds its crowning glory. So, I'm going to have to break this video series up into a number of episodes, but yeah, as it says, married love is ordered to the procreation and education of the offspring. All right, so it's the parents' job to educate their children, right? Now I'm going to read an excerpt from Pope Pius XII, which was in a speech that he gave on the 29th of October, 1951. The perfect married life, of its very nature, also signifies the total devotion of the parents to the well-being of their children. Let me read that again. The perfect married life, of its very nature, also signifies the total devotion of the parents to the well-being of their children. Right? So, get married, you have children, your life now is devoted to their well-being. Married love, in its power and tenderness, is itself a condition of the sincerest care of the offspring and the guarantee of its realization. As with the pleasure of food and drink, so with sexual, they must not abandon themselves without restraint to the impulses of the senses. Basically, keeping yourself in check. Unfortunately, unceasing waves of hedonism invade the world and threaten to submerge in the swelling life or tide of thoughts, desires, and acts the whole marital life, not without serious dangers and grave prejudice to the primary duty of the husband and wife. So basically, taking the act of, I guess, procreation and then perverting it is what Pope Pius XII is getting at here. This anti-Christian hedonism is too often, is not ashamed to elevate itself to the doctrine, including the ardent desire to make always more intense the pleasure in procreation and the performance of the conjugal union. So, definitely have seen that through the ages, especially with the modern hookup culture, where you have entire apps devoted to this very thing that Pope Pius XII was talking about in 1951. Happiness in marriage is in direct proportion to the mutual respect of the partners, even in their intimate relations. Do your utmost to repel the attacks of this refined hedonism void of spiritual values and thus unworthy of Christian married couples. The hookup culture, the whole swinging culture, that has no place in like the Christian values, the Christian life, things like that. So now we're going to jump to paragraph 2365. We're kind of hopping all over the place here, but it's all relevant. St. John Chrysostom suggests that young husbands should say to their wives, I have taken you into my arms, and I love you, and I prefer you to my life itself. Let's read that again. I have taken you into my arms, and I love you, and I prefer you to my life itself. Which basically means, in my humble opinion, is that get married, your wife is now more important to yourself than yourself is to you. So your wife or spouse should be the most important thing in your life. I've found that to not be very difficult to do. And then once you have children, then you and your wife, your children, are the most important things in your life. So I think that's a pretty good stopping point. I've got about 25 pages of notes, so this is going to be a pretty big study, probably about 4 or 5 episodes. But I want you guys to think and really, I don't know, dwell on that statement. I have you in my life itself. I'm sorry. I have taken you into my arms, and I love you, and I prefer you to my life itself. And I think maybe if married couples start applying that, things might be a little bit better. But anyway, think on that. That's the Sunday motivational that I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I will see you guys later. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe, and do all the good YouTube things. Hit the little bell icon so that you can get notified when I make a new video. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Thanks.